Look, I'll try to be brief here. I think already we put to rest that we absolutely have an unmitigated crisis along our southwest border that is the sole responsibility and cause of this administration, period. But let me talk about something I want to address. I want to address the ongoing, persistent spin, misdirection, hypocrisy, and quite frankly, blatant lies being told by this administration to the American people. And I really want to talk to our current DHS Secretary, Secretary Mayorkas. I want to address him personally, and I want to ask him, please, stop lying to the American people. He's repeatedly saying that our borders are closed and that they're secure. It's a blatant lie, and he knows it. He's out there saying that things are under control. It's a blatant lie. What they're doing is a shell game. He's putting forth the false narrative that during the transition that he did not receive, that the Biden administration didn't receive an adequate transition, that they weren't prepared and they weren't informed. It's a blatant lie. And let me run down each one of those. With respect to our borders being open and secure, look, right now, if you go to their own website, CBP's website, it tells you that almost 40% of the individuals illegally entering our borders are being released right now. Yet this secretary said just a couple of days ago that they're returning families under the CDC Title 42. It's a lie. It's an intentional omission of a material fact, because the truth is the majority of families right now that illegally enter our borders are being released into the interior United States, never to be heard from again. And any single given day, 60 to 80% of families are being released. Just this week alone, I got data that they apprehended 1,200 family members and they released 900 the same day. And some of those weren't even given a notice to appear. So stop lying to the American people. Borders are secure. That's a joke. That's absurd. The day that this secretary said on national TV to the American people that our borders are secure, I promise you, he lost all 63,000 members of the Customs and Border Protection men and women, because they also know that's an absurd lie. Right now, we've seen it. Look, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. We've been here before. In 2019, we know that the cartels exploit the broken system that we have. And they know that they used families and children as a commodity and a distraction technique, knowing that extensive Border Patrol resources would have to be pulled off the line to give that compassionate, immediate humanitarian assistance they needed, leaving large areas of the border wide open and unsecure. And what happens then? Criminal aliens and drugs pour through, entering every major metropolitan city in our country. That's why we said for a long time, every town, city, and state is a border town, city, and state. He needs to start being honest to the American people. Let me give you an example. Right now, we're estimating 1,000 gotaways a day, 1,000 away. I hope that tomorrow the secretary gets asked what his definition of a secure border is, what his definition of an open border. Right now, if you're a family, the majority, you're coming in. If you're an unaccompanied minor outside of Mexico, you're coming in. If you are a previous enrollee in the Remain in Mexico program, they're actually bringing you back to the border and releasing you to the interior United States. You bet our borders are wide open. 1,000 gotaways a day are getting past the Border Patrol because they're being pulled off the line to address humanitarian needs. Think about that. And yeah, look, this is where I get a lot of hate mail. The truth is, a good portion of that, they're not upstanding citizens. They're criminals, they're rapists, they're murderers, they're child pedophiles. I could go on and on. That's the cold, hard truth. So our borders are not secure. And let me address the last thing, that they were not providing an adequate transition. Again, this is a blatant lie, and I hope the secretary gets called out on it tomorrow during his testimony. DHS alone, the transition, I've worked for 6 presidents, been doing this for 35 years. There's a very formal process. DHS alone provided this administration over 200 briefings, and the majority of those briefings were on border security and the illegal immigration crisis that we went through in 2019. We explicitly went down the network of tools, authorities, and policies that we developed under the Trump administration that work. We specifically talked about the Remain in Mexico program. We specifically talked about the asylum cooperative agreements that we had with the Northern Triangle countries. We specifically talked about the wall system and how effective it was. And we also specifically told the transition team, if you get rid of these tools like they've done, you will see an unmitigated crisis that pales in comparison to 2019. We told them that the Border Patrol facilities would be overwhelmed. We told them that HHS would be overwhelmed. We specifically told them. And anybody else who says that that's not true, they're lying. I was there. I was the acting commissioner at the time. And I'll leave with this. I'm hoping, Mr. Secretary, Secretary Mayorkas, What we need is a secretary that's going to enforce the rule of law and actually be a secretary of Homeland Security and not a politician, just furthering the talking points and the ideologic hubris that we see going on right now.
Hey guys, did you know we have a podcast called WJ Live?
The Western Journal's mission is to equip readers with the truth, and that's the same mission we have on WJ Live.
You'll hear from writers, editors, and special guests on the most important topics of the day.
You can catch us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific, right here at youtube.com/WJ Live.
While you're there, help us out by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. See you there.